All right. This is an instructional video on how to winterize the cabin with the water detail first. So after you get the cabin all cleaned up like it's supposed to be, you go to the breaker box and you turn the water pump off and you turn the hot water heater off and leave them off. And then you go into the bathroom, and when I turned the pump off, it killed the power in the bathroom, but that's okay. So you open the faucets, and leave them open. We're not actually leaving, so I'm going to turn them back off, but you go bathroom sink, leave both faucets open, hot and cold, shower, open the faucets both ways, hot and cold. You go over here, very important. You open these valves, turn it to the left, counterclockwise. Left counterclockwise is open. You should hear water running because that drains all these pipes out. And then you also open this valve on the bottom of the hot water tank. And that's super important.
Leave them open.
Yes. You open this and you leave them open because that drains the hot water tank. And if you don't, the hot water tank will freeze because it won't drain. When this is open, this is turned parallel. You just turn that valve parallel. These open, they're a ball valve. They turn to the left to open them. You leave them like that, okay? You also open the kitchen sink valves, both of them. Okay. So now, when you have that done, you grab your tools off of the side here.
You'll
need channel locks.
channel locks, crescent wrench, and the big pipe wrench.
The big red pipe wrench. Okay, and then you walk down to the pump house.
One more thing we have to do. We have to unhook.
Take the
There's a
hose off.
hook to this faucet. You unhook that.
Do you open that
Open
faucet?
the valve and leave it open. Then you have to walk around the back of the cabinet. There is another faucet. Open it.
And that's
leave
the one that people don't find in the springtime when they get here, and they leave it open, and then they say that the pump isn't priming.
But leave it open.
Okay, now you go down to the lake, to the pump house, and we've got to show you how to do that. I'm afraid if I pause my video, I'll stop it completely. So you got to bear with me walking down here. And besides that, the lake is pretty. Ooh. Okay, so now you got your power off up top. You come right here to the pump. You open the lid. Chase the spiders out. Don't be afraid of them. And there's two plugs you got to take out of this pump, okay?
Take your crescent wrench.
You got to take this plug out and you use a crescent wrench to do that. We're not going to do it because we're not actually winterizing. There is a end wrench in here with a ratchet on it. And you have to it fits that bottom plug right there. See how handy that is? You can use the end wrench or the ratchet part. It's real handy.
Take those plugs out.
Take those plugs out. Very important.
Leave them out.
It drains the pump. And those plugs need to be put on the kitchen table when you're done. Then you put a piece of aluminum foil. Very important, or the critters and everything else will go. You put them in the holes where the plugs were at. Okay? Don't shove them all the way inside the pump. You just put aluminum foil, and there's more up in the cabin if this is not enough down here. So there's that. Then you take those plugs out, put them in your pocket or whatever, but don't take them home. And then you walk down here, and the very last thing that you have to do here is break this joint right here. And this joint is, this right here is a check valve. And if this big part, if this part is pointing down, like it is right now, just leave it like that, because it's spring loaded and it actually lets water drain back, which is good. That doesn't even need to be in our line, but it is, so we're gonna live with it. Okay, now you need to take this joint apart, and to do that, here's a new one to demonstrate how it actually comes apart, because I did not know this. But so Alan is demonstrating how this actually comes apart, because we're not actually taking it apart. And there it is, and there's an O-ring right there. Do not lose that O-ring. Somebody that I know did, and then the whole thing stuck there and it wrecked our pump. So don't lose that O-ring. But for winterizing, all you have to do is actually crack this junction, and this is how you do it. So you grab onto one side of it with the channel locks, and you got to open them all the way up. And you put the pipe wrench on the other side, and you crank, open it. So you have to hold one side.
Open it until water drains.
And then and the thing is that you got to open that until you see water draining. That's the point.
You don't have to open it all, take it completely apart.
Yeah, don't take it completely apart, not necessarily. Because we're leaving this in the lake. Don't have to mess with that. You just got to crack this so that the water drains from the pump. And leave that loose. Do you want to leave it loose?
Leave it loose.
Yep, we're going to leave that loose. So anybody that comes in the spring, you got to make sure to tighten that back up, or it'll suck air and wreck the pump. And that's the water detail. And then when you're all done draining the pump, you go back up to the cabin and you flush the toilet, and then you dump RV antifreeze in the toilet and down the shower drain, down the bathroom sink drain, and down the sink drain.
Toilet tank also.
And you put it in the toilet tank as well. Just a little splash of it in there. It'll keep that water, the standing water that's in the U-necks in those, from freezing and breaking the drains. So that's pretty much it on the water detail. So yeah. Okay, now we're back up at the cabin, and all the water's been drained. You've shut the valves in the back, because it should be drained at this point. That lets air, kind of like holding the hose, your finger on the end of a straw. You shut the valves in the kitchen sink and that, but you leave you told me that you did earlier.
Every valve stays open.
Every valve stays open. Okay, we changed our mind. Every valve stays open. And then you go up here, you get the ladder, and there is the RV marine antifreeze. Okay, you get those jugs down. There's plenty here. You don't have to buy anything. And there's also mouse poison up here. Very important. These are the last steps for winterizing. Okay. So you get a couple packs of rat packs. Make sure that they're out if you need to. There's some up here. I always put that there because they come up here and crap all over the place. But you get your RV antifreeze, and you pour it into the toilet that you flushed. There's water in there right now, but it'll be a lot lower if you flushed it. You take the lid off of here and put some in the tank. Pour RV antifreeze just a little bit, maybe half a cup, something like that, or a cup down the shower drain. You pour some, about the same amount, about a cup of it down the bathroom sink drain, and you pour some of it down the drain here. And then all your water should be completely good that way. All the valves left open, the valves to the outside hose bibs are open, the valves to the hot water tank and by the toilet are open. Okay, so then you got to make sure that all your window latches are latched. If they are not, they blow open even when the shutters are closed. And take any screens off if the screens are there. Make sure all the latches, you close the shutters. And then when you're winterizing, it's something that we don't do when we just go home. We unplug the refrigerator, and then you prop the refrigerator door open with this broom that hangs right here. This one goes in the refrigerator door, just like that. Oops. Well, that would be fine. Yeah, you just prop the refrigerator door open. Of course, the refrigerator is turned on right now, so we are not going to leave it like that. But when you unplug a refrigerator, you can't just leave them sealed up because they get to stinking. Because they need to dry out and whatever else, you know. And then that broom lives right there. And I think, okay, then the last, very, very, very last thing. You, very important, turn off all the lights and you close the very last thing. You say goodbye to the cabin. All the shutters are tightened up. Windows are latched. Close that door so that the mice can't get in. And I always close. Make sure the shower door is closed. Close the bathroom door. Back yourself out. Redo this one so that it'll latch when you go out, it locks. And double check that the hot water heater is off, because if you don't turn the power to the hot water heater off, it'll dry fire and it'll wreck the elements. Very bad deal. And that's it. You go out, close the screen door, and you latch the screen door like that. And then you should be good. Make sure all the outside lights are off so that you're not like just paying for electricity. And that's it. The cabin is winterized. Good job.